Hey, so I like to say Barak Day Yahweh, Barak Day Yahweh Shah, Barak Day Yahweh, Barak Day Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Muwathla Bible, which is death to Babylon, aka America. Real quick, man, I want to get on the topic of the stock market, man. As you can see, the 1.1 trillion dollars that Congress and Trump put into the economy and towards helping you people that got that got laid off. I think it was like 3.3 million people, and the numbers are consistently skyrocketing. Well, that's gonna put this place in even more debt. And that's not gonna save the economy. 1.1 trillion dollars or $1 trillion isn't going to save the economy, man. Why? Because you consistently having states shut down. The states are shutting down, the cities are shutting down, stores are closing up, and that's going back into the book of Ecclesiastes. What is that? Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3, where it tells you that the doors shall be closed, the grinding shall cease. And that's what's happening, man. You coming into that period of time where those things are affecting the economy greatly, right? So people are going to consistently being laid off. And Trump had a press like 2 days ago or 3 days ago talking about how it's going to become worse. How they expect that 250,000 people are going to die. Before they mentioned that at least 50% of the America's population is going to become infected, and they expected that over 1 million to 2 million people were going to die from the coronavirus. And they talked about the vaccine, to explain the vaccine a little bit. What a vaccine is that they take a weaker version of the virus and they inject you with that virus so your immunity system can fight it. So when you do get infected again by the original virus, your immunity system recognizes that virus and destroys it. But they're talking about that it could take up to a year or two in order for them to even distribute that vaccine, right? So within a year or two, there's going to be over millions of people infected, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be dead, and Lord willing, the economy crash within prior to that year, maybe this year or prior to the upcoming year. You people are going to go through a Great Depression, and it's going to be worse than 1929. It's going to be worse than that, man. 1929, yeah, was just a crack in the concrete, but this is going to be a sinkhole, man. And a lot of you people being highly dependent off the government, which is the so-called white man, isn't going to help you, man, because if money can't be pushed back into the government, then they'll shut down the government, man. And Trump would take full power, and their executive orders for things like that, man. So if the economy crash, millions upon millions of people lose jobs, so there's not money being pumped back into the system, right? Which then debt will take over. Then banks will go into what's the word? For the lack of a better word, banks will shut down, man. They will go bankrupt, and a lot of people will lose money. Investors will pull out, and that's why you got a lot of investors right now, millionaires and billionaires putting their money towards what? Gold. Because ultimately the dollar, since I believe 1971, the dollar before 1971, I believe, but I could be wrong on the date line. But before 1971, the dollar was backed by gold. I think it was like 1.60 grams of gold. But now the dollar isn't backed by anything but the trust of the government. That's why you have all of these stores opening and things like that, talking about we buy gold, and you simple ass people are dumb enough to go sell your damn gold to those stores. They're collecting your gold so they can be protected when this place goes into a Great Depression, greater than 1929. And you people, oh yeah, here's my silver and here's my gold. You dumbass, you people are real stupid, man. But at the end of the day, it's not your silver and gold that's gonna save you. The only one that can save you from the times to come is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And the Most High already have his chosen on who he's gonna save out of these things, out of these troubles to come. Like I always pull up.
Keep right onto State Route
2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1 says that we're in the latter days, and the days shall come, the days of perilous times shall come, to roughly paraphrase it. And we're in those days. And yeah, is the coronavirus gonna dim down? Yeah, it's gonna dim down, man, because the scriptures talk about what is that?
Stay in the right lane.
What is that? Matthews 26 and 36, I believe. But the scriptures talk about how you people are going to be eating and drinking and making marriage, and then a flood comes in. So this plague, man, this is just this is just another sample of the Lord's power, man. How he's plaguing these places with let me see here. This is just another example of how the Lord is plaguing these places with diseases, man. Pestilence and plagues and things as such. But yeah, this economy isn't looking too good for you proud ass people who solely depend on the economy, man. The scriptures tell you in Revelations 18 and 17 how such great riches have come to naught, man. So all of these riches that America have is gonna become nothing. It's folding on itself. And that's why you have a lot of these Edomites afraid, because that's messing with their retirement. That's messing with their pension, their 401ks.
Continue on to East Pima Street.
It's messing with what they have, supposedly built up for themselves all these years, man. But it's too late for all that, man. Because the Most High, he's placing judgment on this place.
2.4 miles.
Back-to-back people
towards San Diego
is consistently being affected by this coronavirus. That's killing off a lot of old people. And it's starting to potentially kill off younger people. Children and things like that. So this place is greatly being affected through the will and the power of the Most High, man. There's constant videos that talks about how America is coming into a Great Depression, how the economy is going to crash. You can watch like X22
Turn
report,
right onto East Pima Street,
which is alternate news. You can watch Jake ass. I don't know what the hell he's.
Turn right onto East Pima Street.
You can watch like alternate news and things like that, but just give me a minute.